You got a Locked On Prince George's Real Rock 94X. Hi there, I'm Matt Porteous, and man, this has been awesome. We've had such a great run of awesome artists that have been able to call in and chat with us lately, and today we further that just a little bit more. I have Raine Maida on the line with me, lead singer of Our Lady Peace, and he's also doing a solo album right now entitled Hunter's Lullaby, which is getting some interesting reviews all across Canada and North America right now. How's it going today, Raine?
Everything's great.
Hey, right on, man. Now, you got a big show going down in Edmonton tonight. I saw you're playing the Starlight Room. Is that right?
Yeah, a couple nights in Edmonton, so we can kind of relax and get settled in here.
Absolutely. Now, something I noticed with your latest tour, most of the venues you're playing are a lot smaller than what you were playing when you were rocking out with Our Lady Peace and things like that. Is that kind of done by design to make the new show seem a little bit more intimate for the fans out there?
I think this record and the music in general is meant to be kind of played in front of those types of crowds, like smaller, like be able to look people in the eye kind of venues. So far it's been the right move. The shows have been really great so far.
Absolutely. I was just reading actually a review of your show in Winnipeg that happened a little while ago, and the reviewer was saying how you asked all the people in the top balcony to come down and hang out with the people on the floor. So it seems like you're really driving for that, hey, I'm Raine Maida, it's an intimate setting kind of a thing. That's very cool.
Yeah, that was the one place, where the whatever, we couldn't get the right venue, or they didn't have it in the city, and so I definitely just wanted people to feel close, and it's the music's it's more kind of about the words, so you kind of got to be up front and center and engaged.
Yeah, that's one thing I noticed right away is it's very poetic, this new album you've had out there. How have you found the fans reacting to that so far since you've released this new sound?
Well, I think that's exactly what you just said. It's about coming along for the stories, and it's not this big wall of sound that bowls you over like with Our Lady Peace. It's definitely about keeping the words up front. So that was the whole key for me to do this record. It had to be different. I didn't want to make an OLP light record, which I think a lot of people thought I would do when they heard I was doing a solo record. It's very left of center from what OLP does. So I feel good about that because I totally respect everything that we've done with Our Lady Peace, and the record that OLP is making right now is by far one of the best things we've done in a while. So I think they work well together, and because they're separate.
Right, yeah, and I think that's something that happens quite regularly in rock too. When an solo artist breaks away from his regular group, it does end up in a lighter side of what the old sound was. A perfect example, I would say, is Serj Tankian from System of a Down. Love his new album, but it is System of a Down light, as you called it there.
It is, it's very close, and that's just. There's no reason. I mean, unless there's some, kind of crap going on within the band, that's the only reason that should happen. And my band is doing great, so I just have too much respect for what we've done to kind of step on its toes that way.
Absolutely. So I guess that answers another question I had for you. Our Lady Peace, definitely not finished. You guys are going to be back with some new music for us pretty quick as well.
Yeah, actually, as soon as this tour ends, the guys come out to I have a place in Los Angeles, so I have a studio out there.
Right. Yeah.
And we're just gonna we do 10 days or 2 weeks at a time, and write and record like 3 or 4 songs. We've done it probably 3 or 4 times now, so I don't know. We might be able to actually finish a record this time or get really close to. So the music's really great. It's probably as close to Naveed as we've been in a long time.
Oh, right on. A huge fan of Naveed, so really looking forward to that. Actually, let's talk a little bit about you have a studio down in L.A. I heard a rumor that the one song on your new album, Careful What You Wish For, was actually about your career path that took you from Canada and led you down to the U.S. Is that true?
Yeah, it is. It's really about just kind of I guess 8 years ago now, in 2000, Chantal and I just got kind of tired of Toronto and just needed to we just basically put all our stuff in storage, hopped in my truck, 2 bags of clothes, an acoustic guitar, and a little keyboard.
Right.
Went out, drove across the country, down into California, ended up at like the top of Malibu, this place called Ventura County.
Okay, yeah.
And we lived in a little shack on the beach for 3 or 4 years there, and just kind of got back to writing songs and making music for the sake of making music. Things were just getting a little crazy for us. So, it was like this cleansing and just kind of getting to know each other and getting to know ourselves as artists again. And I think it was really positive for me as a creative soul, and the fact that I still feel really kind of just psyched on making music every day. So it was an important move.
Oh, that's very good to hear for fans such as myself.
I will say at the same time, it's like our days are numbered there. You know, we have 2 young kids, and there's no way they're growing up in America. We're coming back to Canada as soon as we can.
Oh, right on. Right. Oh, that's good to hear, too. Always like to hear the hardcore Canadians that want to come back as well.
Yeah.
Now, like you said, you do have 2 kids at the moment. Rowan, who is 4 years old, and Luca, 2. Is that right?
Yeah, Luca's 2.5.
Right, okay, and that's with your wife, Chantel Kreviazik. Do you find that being a father has changed your outlook and, in turn, changed your music as well?
Well, I'm not sure how it's going to affect LP. It's definitely, there's a little bit of an influence there. My solo record was enormous in the sense that because this record's so personal to me, I really felt that, you know, it's weird. I had this thing happen when I was making the record. The studio is at one end of our house, if you can imagine, and the kids' rooms are upstairs, like at the far other end where Chantal and I sleep. And, you know, I wouldn't be able to hear them if something happened. So I have a monitor, a camera in their room.
Right, yeah.
Circuit thing. So I have basically this big flat screen above my studio, above the speakers. I can watch them, you know, so they're not killing themselves or jumping out the window or whatever. And but this weird thing happened. So it's like I'm watching them, but in a strange way, it's like they're watching over me the whole time I'm making this record, because I always worked from like midnight till like 3 or 4 in the morning on my solo when I was making the solo record. But so I got this responsibility thing kind of start to weigh over me, where it's like these kids are gonna like probably get to know me because this record is so personal.
Right.
More through the music than they would if I were to sit them down and say, this is what I'm like, and this is what I believe in. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, so I felt that responsibility making this record, and I really actually like it. And it was, it helped kind of fuel me really taking care of what I'm saying and making sure that, you know, these are what my kids are going to judge me by. So I love how that came and kind of washed over the record.
And in my eyes, anyway, it really did show through in the record, and a lot of the different songs out there. You could see that there was more of a personal reflection on it, and that's kind of cool. It lets us as fans maybe get to know you a little bit better, where normally we wouldn't get to. Is that about right?
Definitely, this record does that. I think people have been saying about that about the shows as well. It's like I can, you know, Our Lady Peace is a unit, and I never want to kind of take liberties and make it about me. So I probably do the reverse, and this record has allowed me to kind of come out of my shell in a way, which is interesting.
Very cool. One more thing I wanted to touch on as well. You have a lot of activist credentials, as some of the major reporting sites out there are calling it. You do a lot of things for Mothers Against Drunk Driving, War Child Canada as well. In fact, when you shot Yellow Brick Road, there was a bit of a story behind that. What exactly happened for that video?
That video was all, you know, it really wasn't a video. It was about a little mini documentary documenting 12 hours where I busked the streets of Toronto. Just, you know, went around and played this record and whatever songs, even some Our Lady Peace songs, and just I tried to raise $30,000 in a day to build, which what it does, the $30,000 with War Child can build an actual school in the Congo.
Wow.
They're very in need of schools over there because of the conflict going on. So basically, you know, we got up to $22,000 that day. I sang for 12 hours straight, and the people of Toronto were, I mean, beyond generous. So it was a pretty impressive day. I was very humbled by the fact that so many people came out, and you know, a lot of people that didn't know me or didn't know what was going on and just thought I was a busker, but saw the signs. You know, I'd show like a school blown out by war, and then the after effects, because War Child's build I think 11 or 12 of them now.
Right. Yeah.
It was pretty powerful, and I think the cool thing about it is it's a tangible thing. Anyone that's seen that video online or saw the press coverage of it, in about a month and a half, that school will be finished, and I plan to go down there and just help put the final touches on, and then, you know, take pictures and show people this is the Yellow Brick Road. And if you donated a nickel, you know, or $500, you were part of that school, you know, and I think that's an amazing thing these days. When, you know, it's great to give money to whatever cause, but with this particular cause and with War Child in general, it's like 95% of the money you give goes to that project, where a lot of other charities, you know, it's 50-50. So
yeah.
That's the world we live in, but War Child is an amazing charity, and that's why I choose to do so much work with them.
Yes, yourself and Chantel, I know you guys did a couple trips down to Africa and things like that in the past years here. Do you guys have any other major events coming up in support of your favorite charities that we as listeners of this radio station and fans could maybe get involved with?
Well, I mean, this, you know, the Yellow Brick Road School has kind of started a bit of a trend where I think once I go down there and come back and show the pictures of the school, and like I was saying before, the tangibility factor, the fact that people that gave money in that guitar case that day, they actually are going to see what they helped did, or that helped build. I think we're going to try to continue that. And try to build some more schools. So you never know, I might end up Prince George busking.
That would be absolutely awesome. I think we'd like that. Well, right on, man. I really appreciate you taking some time to chat with us today. And, hey, good luck with the show tonight. Love the new album. Would love to see it here in Prince George. So, hey, if you get a chance, you know.
Definitely. I will put that on our list. Thank you, man.
Right on. I appreciate it.